Like, how do they like mommy matter to date? Me the mommy no get picture safe.
And my mother doesn't know how to call one. She'll call you like she's calling you into glory. Everything is phone. You're always on your phone. Even if you are dying, it's your phone.
It's close to 30 years. My mom has been single. And I feel like that's the biggest sacrifice someone can do for somebody.
I don't want to do something that they'll call my mom and say that Esther has done this.
There are a lot of our counterparts who are not good with their parents. What do you make of kid-mother fight?
Why are you asking me this? Did someone tell you something?
I didn't have anything like a dad figure in my life. I feel like she doesn't like me because I'm always the one she's coming at.
Why do I have to wake up as early as 5:30? When she enters the room and you're still sleeping.
We all left the house to play football. And even as at 9 p.m., no one was home.
Bro, and then they'll be saying, if you are a sister, you shouldn't do this.
Your mother is always saying, Adiwe, one year you ought to
My mom fought me. You can't. No, I know you. When you go and act roll and you smoke, it will be stuck. You know.
Charlie, mommy. Right now, if she did here, I would just lie down there and Charlie apologize.
She was writing her prayer request and all that. And I looked in the book and I didn't see anything that had to do with her. I think I'm getting a bit emotional.
I don't.
Looking at the sacrifices my mom has made for my brother and I
can understand.
I felt so bad because
I want to apologize. What I did last year. I'm so sorry.
Hi guys, welcome to Talk No Dey Cook Rice. Today we're doing something we've never done before, which is hosting multiple guests on the podcast in the studio. Why are we doing this? We're doing this because, hey, we're celebrating our mothers. And everybody has a mother. There's nobody in this life who doesn't have a mother, even if she didn't raise you or, you didn't have the best of upbringing. Hey, Charlie, not for her, you wouldn't be here. My mom is very interesting, and I'm sure that my mom is not just the only weird mother there is. A lot of us have similarities, with our parents as well. And so I'm going to host a series of my friends on this episode. I promise you, you're going to laugh, you're going to learn, probably you cry. Or more importantly, you get to be grateful for the gifts that God has given to you in a mother. Let's head on to our very first guest. Please, how does your mother call you when she's excited?
Ado, sister, Ben.
Great. That's when she's excited.
Yes.
What if she's angry? How does she call you?
Ado. Straight.
She doesn't call you Adobia.
No.
Ado. Ado D. Okay, sorry.
No,
great. All right. What's the name of your mother?
Priscilla Mauto Adoni.
My mom is called Vida, but the area we call her Davi. So yeah, how do people call her?
Ma Peace.
Ma Peace. Yeah. Ma Peace. It's so exciting when you are talking to somebody on your podcast and you knew the person when the person used to bath outside.
Bro.
Yeah, I knew this person when she went to SHS. Charlie Sakura gave me. Of course, it's my own G. Mame Belma, a G. Charlie, welcome to Talk. Good, right?
Thank you.
Charlie, how are you doing?
I'm fine by God's grace. How are you?
Great. I'm good. Just so you know, Charlie, you're a lawyer on your crack.
Hey, relax on me, baby.
This lady is unique. And in fact, the main reason why I brought her on is because she is from not all girls family, but majority of her siblings are girls. Of course, she's also a girl. The beautiful lady, please tell us the name of your mom.
Mrs. Joyce Saka Watson.
Wow, Sakabi. Yeah.
Yes, please.
How does mommy call you when she's happy?
I think she calls me Akosia Tracy.
Akosia Tracy. Yeah. When she's happy?
Yeah, when she's happy.
When she's mad?
She's mad. I think she just goes Tracy.
That Akosia no Akosia ne feel. Great. Me feeling it too. Akwano to baby. She can act, she can sing, she can host, like all around. She can even dance, Lois,
me?
Shola, Adeyemi.
Hi, I'm finally sitting on the set.
Oh, I mean, this is even the small set.
Oh,
because...
it's like this is. I think I've made it. Okay.
Oh, Lois, I'm so happy today to have you on the pod.
I am excited to be here.
How do you call your mom when you are happy?
When I'm Mama.
Mama.
So when you hear me, Mama, that's me.
Wow.
Yeah.
And when she's happy, how does she call you?
Adwa Lois. Sometimes it is. Adeyemi, sometimes it's Lois, but when I'm in trouble, then it's Shola.
Yeah. How does your mom call you when She's angry.
She goes like, Sandra, with some
Yeah.
Sandra.
From an all boys family. And so Charlie, his mother has really been through it. Joe Boy, as I probably call him, Charlie, welcome to
So
Talk Not the Quick Rise podcast.
Thank you very much, sir.
Esther, AC in Chroma. Esther, welcome to Talk Not the Quick Rise
Thank
podcast.
you very much.
I love this lady. One of my favorites were colleagues. I joined her show on Mondays on the AM show. I'm telling you about Sweetie. Hi, Sweetie.
Hi, Achilevi.
Ashile. Every time
Oh
you get
my
my name
God.
wrong, my mother is watching. Sweetie, what are you doing to my name?
Achilevi.
I'm so excited.
What's the meaning of your name?
So Ashilevi.
So why are you profilizing it?
Okay.
Achilevi.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, a child who loves to be handheld.
Yeah.
So yeah. It's these people that have done joined this
Ashilevi.
brother. Yeah.
Okay.
Great. The boys are very close to their mothers. Phil,
Yes, sir.
what's one thing you love about your mom?
The way she's calm and quiet. Even when you offend her, she's just quiet and she's looking at you. And that speaks to your soul.
Oh.
Like, the moment you see her that way, at once it breaks you. You have to come to her, talk to her, apologize for whatever you did. And at that moment, she won't say anything to you, but then, so you hear her voice, then you feel comfortable again. Yeah, she has the quiet has this aura. It push you in. If you don't hear her voice, you're not comfortable.
She's so strong and so supportive. She will do anything to make sure we are progressing.
Oh.
She doesn't mind. She's growing. And sometimes I get very worried when she's carrying heavy stuff. But now that we are not rich, now that I've not blown, like my superstardom has
blow
not
very
come,
sweet, Charlie.
and she's supporting me still. Sometimes I get but she's very supportive, very, very, very supportive. She'll forfeit sleep, forfeit buying clothes and shoes for herself, forfeit buying fancy things for herself to make sure we are fine. So people think we are DBs, but it's just my mother working very, very hard. Yeah.
It's true. I mean, I think it's almost as if everybody has the same storyline.
Yeah.
And it's like mothers break their backs for us to be comfortable.
Yeah.
I mean, my mom always says that because she couldn't go to school, she's working so hard for us to go to school, you know. So basically, she's given us what she could not have given herself, you know. Yeah.
Okay, so her name is Christine AJ.
Mama de Christine. Hey.
Yeah, a lot of people call her Marcy because of
Marcy,
the
yeah.
Christine. Yeah.
One thing that you really like about
One
her.
thing I really like about her is that she's like a mother to everyone. She's a mother to all my friends. Like all my people have that mother vibe with her. Like, and she doesn't even give the mother vibe. She gives a friend vibe. Like, I'm your big sister. So all my friends are like open. She's open to talk to all of my friends. And I mean, yeah, that's one thing I really like about her.
In fact, just so you know, Mami Beme's mom is very kind and sweet to me. Sometimes I even feel that she loves me more than you, Mami Beme. Every time we had an argument, she supports me. And there's a favorite video I have. I'm sure I'll add it in the edit, where she's singing Blacko. She two Black Sheriff, you know, and it's just because she's very sweet. I think that, truth be told, not everybody has that kind of mother.
Yeah,
Charlie,
yeah,
remember,
that's true.
you know?
Yeah.
And so, are you grateful for Mommy?
Hey, I'm super grateful for her. Super, super grateful for her. Because there are lots of things I can talk about with her that another person can say same to their mom. And I think it's a blessing because now I don't have to hide any. You see, I mean, most of my friends hide a lot of stuff, but I don't have to hide stuff from my mom. If I have a boyfriend that I want to go and, I can tell my mom. But yeah, so I'm really, really grateful for her. She's a blessing.
I want to really hear this guy's story because it's one guy that works very close to me. He's my official sound guy for Talk No the Quick Rise. Every episode you've watched, he's the guy behind it. His name is Kobe P.
Fantastic.
Charlie, senior. Talk No the Quick Rise. I'm excited to see you. Solid. Kobe, Charlie, when you were growing up, were you a good boy? You were a bad boy?
Oh, I was somehow good and bad. But not the bad be playing. That one there be true. The bad not be playing.
They be stubborn.
Yeah, so even that if for take me go boarding school.
Charlie.
Class 1, I did boarding house.
Wow.
You could see how bad I was.
Class 1.
Class 1, not everybody else.
Charlie.
Boss, we no busy.
Wow.
It was tough bringing me up. My mom is a single mom.
Okay.
It was really hard for her. Like, I was really stubborn.
If you say you're really stubborn, can you give me specificity?
And I think it was not really accepted back then for a kid to be talking back when elderly people talk.
Nah, even
I'm
today,
the type that I've always been the child that would have to, like, I want to say something. I can't be quiet. I feel like if I'm quiet, you've won.
Yeah.
So I have to say some. I've always been like that. And she didn't really like that because the environments we were in, people didn't like that. Like, yeah, that child, that if they say something, you want to say something. Like, just keep quiet. Yeah, a child. Yeah.
Charlie, 4 boys. Were you a good boy growing up?
I was the good one.
You were Faithful, Joshua.
Josiah.
Hey.
Yeah.
So between you and Josiah, who was more stubborn?
He was.
He was more stubborn. But of course, sometimes we're children. We get very stubborn sometimes, and Charlie, we sometimes disappoint our parents. Was there ever a moment you disappointed her? And what did you learn from it?
I was supposed to, she sells on Sundays at our church. And she just asked me, she had done everything by herself. She sells Sobolo amongst other local drinks. So, but the Sobolo is what she sells at church. So she said, Ado Sobolo Nessa, can you kindly bring some from home? I was thinking of my sleep. I was sleeping when she called. And my mother doesn't know how to call one. She will call you like she's calling you into glory. She does 60. She can call, she was calling to you, answer the phone. So I get a bit pissed. I wake up to like 17 missed calls. I'm like, are you dying? So I pick the phone. Yes. I don't patrol so, but it's Charlie, you got to call someone else. I spoke to her very, very bad, all because I wanted to sleep.
Wow.
And she said patrol, and she hung up. The voice, the tone, I could tell she was a bit teary, like, I'm doing this for you, and I've just asked for your support. I'm not saying you should come and sell. I said, bring me some bottles of Sobolo, and you are yelling at me. I was ashamed. When I heard her voice, I was still mad. I didn't care about it in that moment. So, but I still went for it anyway because I don't know. I went for it, and then I took it to her. And instead of me to just go and give it to her shamefully and come home, when I went to talk again, and am I the only one in the house you can send? My sister is there, and you were at the church premises, and there were people there. And she was trying to use her eyes to, Madam. So she now said, she called me Madam. Said, Madam Patra, yeah, why? You can go. And I dropped the thing and I left on my way. The conviction was so heavy. I almost felt as if the Lord was just winning. Are you comfortable? So what you just did? How are you feeling? And I was excuse me, yes.
Charlie. I mean, I can understand.
I felt so bad because then all the memories of how she hadn't even, I really observed her. How she hadn't even bought anything for herself in like 6 months. Still her same clothes we knew from previous years, same shoes and everything. And then we were having everything. She was buying everything for us. And I spoke to her that way, all because she asked me to support her by bringing her the things she's selling to take care of me and my siblings. I felt so bad. I waited for her to come. I apologized to her. I could tell that she was so hurt. I think she was glad I apologized, but there she didn't have anything to tell me. So when I apologized to her, she was quiet. She didn't mind me. She didn't say anything. She was just quiet. I apologized again. I called her. She said I should give her time. I should leave her alone. So I did. And I was feeling bad. I didn't even sleep well. You know that thing? Like, I was so worried. We couldn't play our usual talking. We were not doing that. And I'm like, I can be at loggerheads with anyone, but my mom, no. So then the following morning, you have to go to work. The driver will come for you at dawn. You're still sleeping. I've ironed your dress for you. Get up and go to work.
Wow.
Then I knew I had been forgiven. So when I was coming from work, I bought her something. So,
nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I mean, I think it's an actual depiction of how everybody's mother is. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and pretend I'm the best of sons to my mom. And because you've been honest, I'm also going to be very honest with you. I mean, when I started, I mean, I first came off as an intern. I didn't have money. National service, I did it for free. Internship after school, I was doing. I didn't have money. So when I got a job and started getting some little monies coming in, I think I could say I give a lot. So unfortunately, I just felt that my mom is rich. In fact, even up to today, if I make that, Nana, she'll be the first person I go call. She go put me on. So because she's rich, I felt that I don't think of giving her first. So I noticed there was a certain thing I was giving to strangers. If somebody calls me, they are strangers, I'll give to strangers. Until one day she called me and told me that, Derek, say you're one seed in poor. Farmer me wate. Like, minim say obedrin say maybe be a farmer. Me na me your mommy. Like, farmer me.
I said that moment to change something about you. Your mind. Since that thing happened, I'm like, hey, even if I'm drowning, and she calls, Adobe and Patrick, hey, it's how fast I respond. And it changed something about me. I realized I became supportive. I became kind towards her because she's also just a girl and she's growing. She's a human. So I became a bit more gentle with her. So
I mean, I'm so happy that our parents often put away their joy, their ambitions just to make us, better.
Yeah.
The first thing because we are boys, oftentimes when we are growing up, we are very stubborn. And for me, I remember those days, the chores we had to do at home is simple. Wash or go and fetch water. But oftentimes we will not do that. They'll go and play ball. Oh, yeah. But you are playing the ball, then they will Charlie, you shot. Hey, there go, mommy. Whoa, nana. You have to for run. Yeah. Charlie, we have been stubborn before. What be one thing where you do to your mommy where you feel say, hey, Charlie, try.
Oh, Charlie. You see, mommy, I do not play anything wrong.
Charlie.
Yeah, that one, see, like, as I grew up in the boarding house. So that mother love, I know D. So they see me like somebody who doesn't like me. So anytime they disrespect them, I really, baby, she will call me, go and buy this for me, mommy, I won't do it. Oh, like, how do they like mommy matter? We be like family today inside. So mommy, dear, to date, I still don't regret.
Oh.
Yeah, even though not they fear him, but Charlie, mommy. Right now, if she did here, I will just lie down there and Charlie apologize.
Wow.
When she say, yeah, what I do, no. Yeah, that one day be true.
Charlie, at the Bob, say, if you, I mean, we all, grow up plus some more.
I grew up with my mom, but this boarding school vibe. And one thing was, mom works with the judicial service. So 6 a.m. she did wrote up.
Yeah.
I read about. We sometimes we could come out. Mom be busy than things, so we forgo when auntie there go spend the weekend or vacation. I read about. So when we come, we send the go school. So this parental love, mom go be here a day, nobody go talk.
Oh.
Yeah. So me as I split SS, now we are left house. Yeah.
Your story they teach me something. Say of me too, a day house plus mommy.
Yeah.
But I get my own place for the same compound. So I not really day plus them aside.
Mm-hmm.
Where every time she go tell me, say, she go vex. Like if I turn up, I don't get anything. I go day indoors the whole day. Unless I the hunger, I can't take you or something. And she go vex, say, oh, they be out share them, me. And those days, now in tears, I say, I say, sorry, I'm not bitching to me, but mama, good morning. What does good morning do, But I'm listening to you say that you wish you could tell that,
I will greet my mom every day. Tell her, mommy, I love you. Mommy, how are you? Charlie. That's the only thing I want to do for my mom.
Charlie. So, I mean, thankfully, you have time. And we are also growing. So, I just also want to encourage you. We all, Charlie, this the way we know they do better. But before press I, then do better. So, try.
Sure. I will try.
Her kindness. My mom is a very kind person. Like, growing up, see her give things to people. We had people come into our house, stay. We had, because we're in Nigeria, we had other Ghanaians live with us. She would treat them like their siblings or they're related to her. I would say she's a very kind person, and that's one of the things that I love about her.
Wow, I like that. Would you say you've grown to be her in the making, or you're still in the making?
I think I am really like her.
Wow.
Because she's a very calm person. And I think I am calm.
Hey. I mean, because I went to Esther, I mean, I must manage, she's calm, but I mean, you've also seen her acting before, but she's an amazing.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just, I think I am a lot like her. She doesn't have that much friends. I think same with me. She's just, I like to mind my own business, do my own thing. Not interfere in other people's businesses and that kind of thing, that vibe.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it means that when you guys were also growing up, did it then pass on to you not having to have a lot of friends in the neighborhood?
I would say, yeah, because I'm very selective about my friends. I think when I became a teenager, I didn't really have friends in my neighborhood. The only friends that I had were friends from school.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, it's an interesting thing because my mom has the story she always tells us. And it's the story of the crab and the snail. Something, they went somewhere and one had to sacrifice his head for the other. And you always keep saying, damfunti na koto niti. Because do you understand that? Damfu, like
because of a friend, that's why the crab
does not have a head. Because he had a head. Oh, Charlie, your tree has come out. Yeah. And that's why, because Esther was, born and bred in Nigeria.
Yes.
But fully Ghanaian,
Yes.
And so she always echoes the fact that friends. So it sort of made us a lot more cautious of who we're choosing, as opposed to our friends who had the freedom and luxury to, choose just anybody. Did your mom ever catch you doing something you weren't supposed to do?
Yes, she did. So I was quite a tough kid. I wasn't the easiest kid to raise.
Yep.
I'm the first of 5. But before the 4 came, I was alone and it was quite difficult. So I used to climb trees instead of going to my classroom. Mommy, don't watch this. But
what's it? They climb trees.
Me come at
And I'm quite
I'm telling you, I was such a tomboy.
Wow.
Yes. So one day they called my mom. She came to class. My mom got to school before I did. So that should tell you, I left home at 6 a.m., but I always get to school at 9 a.m.
Wow.
So my teacher called my mom a number of times that, your daughter doesn't get to school early. And my mom is like, are you sure? My daughter. So I got to school at 9 a.m. and my mom had been waiting for me at school at 7 a.m.
Nana.
So you can imagine, you get to school, my mom says, the rest, now you know.
Wow.
So yes, that was it. But I think it was the best. It was the best thing she could have ever done, because if she didn't catch me at that time, I would have continued that recalcitrant behavior.
Wow.
And by the time I opened my eyes, I wouldn't have known what to have done. So my mom sacked the tomboy in me at a very early age. Thank you, mommy.
That's a good thing. Besides, in fact, there's a research that shows that if a kid grows up without being bitten, disciplined, they grow up to become a monster.
I agree. When I was younger, I didn't used to agree with my mom on that, because once again, I was a tomboy. My mom wasn't that busy. My dad is a pastor, so obviously my mom is, taking care of church stuff. And sometimes I'm like, I'm sitting in the house with you, you are doing church things. I need the attention, and my mom was very strict. I used to ask myself, why is she doing all of that? Why does she shout at me? Why does she beat me? Why does she say, hey, don't go here, don't do this? Because the area where I grew up, by 14, 15, a lot of people were pregnant, and if you mingle with such people, there's a very high chance that you get there. So if you're a parent and you let your child live the life they want to, in no time, you can't even control them.
Oh.
So imagine, as a kid, I saw a lot of my friends at 8, 9 years, they are stepping out at night, so come and tell you stories. I'm like, Mommy, I also want to. She's like, there is no way. So for me, I used to think my mom was extremely strict, but I'm thankful that she did what she did, because I am who I am now because my mom was strict on me,
Wow.
So Mommy, I understand you now.
Yeah.
I do.
There's a quote, I mentioned it when I was talking to Kidi, and he says that the day you get to understand your mother or your father is the day you have a son or daughter who doesn't understand you. So you get to realize that, because now as I'm growing, I'm coming to realize that it's true. The advice is you either destroy, because I also grew up in an area where there were a lot of langas growing up. And so most of the very rowdy,
Yes.
and she would beat us.
Yeah.
And my mom had a certain tradition where before she beats you, she'll pray for you. She will tell you that there's a bobovon. So there's a bobovon is evil spirit.
Yeah.
So she's casting out the evil spirit first. Then when she's done, the evil spirit use the vessel. We will deal with that vessel, And today, I promise, part of it is what has made me sort of a correct guy today.
Right.
There's a shocking statistic I want to draw your attention to. The data shows us that about 80% of those of you here who come to consume the rice we cook here have not subscribed to the channel. I promise you, the team and I are going to work hard to bring you conversations that change the narrative. And that's why we're bringing you diverse conversations from entrepreneurs to footballers to journalists to creatives. We're going to bring you a lot more. But the caveat is that the bigger the subscription, the bigger the guest. There are some guests that we are trying to reach out. The only reason they are not minding us is because we don't have the numbers. And to help us do more, by subscribing to this wherever you consume it, especially on YouTube. This is Talk, Not the Cook Rice podcast. As you know it, yeah, we cook rice. Don't talk about plans. Charlie cook.
My mom, I think she has always done the silent treatment. My mom is one of the calmest people I've met. Like my whole life, I grew up with her. If I tell you that over the past 20 years, I've not heard my mom insult someone or shout at someone, you won't believe me, right?
Wow.
She's very calm. So she believes that if she doesn't talk to me for a while, I'd come back to my senses and I'll apologize. And it has always been like that. She didn't like lashing me and all of that. So I'd say in my childhood, the only people that were lashing me was my teachers. My math teachers, to be precise, because I was smart too. Wow. So you wouldn't get to lash me like that. But my math teacher always got me. But for my mom to discipline me, silent treatment,
Wow. I think it just makes me get to know the different kind of parenting that there is. Well, maybe mommy. In fact, there's one thing my mom does. Sometimes you do something. In fact, I'll share with Lois that she will either pray for you and beat you. But when we're growing, I noticed she's devised a new strategy where you've done a thing. She doesn't talk about it. You're sleeping around 2 a.m. She just taps you. You wake up with sleep on your face and all of that. When I answer then, she cannot fire. And she whips you and so I get the discipline part of it.
Maybe sometimes when you do something and she's very upset, she will beat you. Oh, my mom used to beat me because I used to do, very stupid things.
Oh, mommy, thank you for that, okay? Because I love the version of Esther that we have. Very sweet, calm, wonderful lady. When you were growing up, because you are a girl, of course, many siblings, your mother is always saying, Adiwe, and my mom says, in fact, my kids start really surfacing in the house. But my mom's popular phrase is, as a lady. As a lady, you are sleeping.
The feminist in me wants to fight you.
As a lady,
Why should I be the one to wash the plate? Why should I be the one to do this? And it's always, she'll tell me that, you get what I mean?
Yeah. Academic knowledge is good. But of course, home knowledge, home sense is also necessary.
More like street sense, I think. That's what she was trying to teach me at that point. And Derek, I never really accept to do anything just because I'm a woman. I don't. If anything, I want to do something because I think I'm capable or qualified to do it. So my mom was always on my neck to do that because, again, I was lazy. I preferred to read my father's dictionary and read books because as at 6, 7 years old, this man was letting me read Old Man and the Sea and Wuthering Heights and books. And so I'm hiding in my father's chambers, reading books. And then other people are out there cooking and my mom wants me in the kitchen. I don't understand why I should add to you have numbers. Why should I come and be cooking for? So no, I've never really accepted to do anything. And that was a big problem my mom and I had.
Just so you know, Tracy is our first ever producer for the podcast. So she's one of the people who has always been behind the scenes. When we were not on TV, when we used to record in some Manamana studio somewhere, she's been there. So she's seen it all. So you don't see her often, but I mean, part of the reason why she's been a part of the team is because her parents allow her to come. Why do you think that your parents give you that freedom? Because in most homes, now you're fresher. When you're fresher, any problem. But when you're growing and you're a pretty kid and you're a lady, your parents tend to monitor your moves. Hey, where are you going to and all of those things? But your parents trust you. Where does that come from?
I think I've worked for it. The fact that my parents trust me didn't just happen. So if I'm going somewhere, I'll tell them, oh, this is where I'm going to. Even I told my dad where I'm coming to today, told him what the interview was about and all that. Asked him how I look. Is it okay for the show? He said, can go. Good. So I I never hid anything from my parents growing up. If I'm going here or I'm going here, they tell you be home by 6. So when it's 5:40, even though you're enjoying the moment, you start ordering your ride.
Yeah.
So that when they call, they can hear from the background that, oh, you're in a car or something. So I think that's we got there.
Yeah, but sometimes your parents give you all of this try, but once in a while, you're human being, you disappoint them small. Was there ever a moment you disappointed your mom, and how did you learn? What did you learn from that?
And one thing with my mom, if you've told her, oh, mommy, I'm going to this place, what she's expecting you to do is to call her when you get there. Let her know, oh, I'm here. And if maybe for one or two reasons you can't come back home that day, just let her know. Don't just keep her in the dark and stay out. So, mind you, my curfew is 9:45, 10, thereabouts. So, if it's almost time and maybe because of you not getting a ride or something, you should call to let her know. That's all she wants from you. Just let her know where you are. So I think there was a time where I went to work I went to the Love Center. I don't know how many people know who I'm talking about, but yeah, I went to
the Love Center is the headquarters of Teens Allowed Foundation. If you follow that podcast, I talk a lot about Teens Allowed Foundation. Yeah.
I went there to work on something, and for 1 or 2, I couldn't go back home that day because it was late. And I was supposed to call them, but I didn't. So my mom called around 11 and her tone was showing how angry she was. But then what can you do? I just said, sorry, see them tomorrow in the morning.
Yeah. In fact, when I was also growing up, it was one of my mom's strictest rules. Who could do a free? I think she just realized that I'm a boy. So she just had to know because I wasn't calling. Now so it's sometimes very funny. I'm out of Accra. She doesn't even know, just, we'll keep because me, yeah, do you remember this year, you know? So I get that point. Great. And Mama C has sacrificed so much for you guys.
Yeah.
For Boache, Poku.
Yeah.
You were so desire, but I mean, she sacrificed so much for you. Do you sometimes do things that make you go like, oh, Charlie, Mama Benwa. Like, at the end of me, like, why am I doing this? Have you hurt her? And tell me about one time you hurt her and how you felt and how she also felt.
I'm sure I have a lot of times.
Yeah.
You know, I'm in school, right?
Yeah.
Law school and all of that. And then sometimes there's so much pressure in school and she's like, Mommy, may call her say brush up, Mommy. I'm like, oh, Jesus. Like, Mama, can I just learn? Can you leave me so I can study? So sometimes, like in the heat of the moment, I'm like, me, see her there.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I realize that, bro, she's doing all of this for you. Like wherever she is going to, she's going there because she wants to stock up the shop.
Yeah.
And they are paying the school fees and all of that. She's doing all of that to cater for us.
Oh.
So I mean, the little I can do is just to sacrifice a little time. And it's not so much work. I just go and sit there and take money. I can study if I want to over there. So sometimes I'm like, then I'll have to call back. Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. So now let's talk about discipline. 4 boys.
Yeah.
Did she beat you guys?
Yeah, very much.
Do you think it was good she beat you guys?
It was good.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yes, it was good.
Why?
So I quite remember there was one time we all left the house to play football. And even as at 9 p.m., no one was home. Yes. So when we came, I mean, there was a very big stick lying down. And we were very unfortunate. There was a neem tree in front of the house.
Wow.
So she just goes out, breaks,
Yeah.
and Charlie, the way she stripped us that day.
Charlie.
Since then, we've always, anytime we go out, we come back on time, and we are always careful to ask for permission before going out. So as for that, yes.
Would you say you were a little stubborn growing up?
So, truth to be told, I'm the stubborn one among the boys. We are 3 boys,
Wow.
and I'm the stubborn one amongst them.
What's something that you used to do that will get her to be angry and shouting and advise you over and over again?
So, I don't really do things to get her angry, but then just last year I did something and I feel it was out of the box. Like,
Wow.
she said it to me plainly, like, amongst all the things I thought you could do, this is the least I expected of you.
Wow.
And the moment I heard that, it broke me so much because I know her to be someone who doesn't talk. But then for her to come out to say this, it means it pierced through her.
But of course, you guys have lived with your mom, so she gets to be the first lady that.
Yeah,
So you learn from her how you should treat other ladies.
definitely.
What's one thing that you've learned by being with your mom that has affected how you treat other ladies?
When we were going out, she used to be very dramatic. Like she's working and something hits her like. So, I just learned to understand that, ladies can sometimes be dramatic. And it's not just, once they do that for you to be shouting at them or anything. You just have to get close, try to understand them, and also just take care of them. At least, anytime she does that, she goes to sit at the couch and then we all come and pacify her. We are like, oh, my, and then then, yeah, so, that is it.
Wow, that's great. Because you are 4 boys, what he also meant was, I don't know how you do the chores in your house. Because in my house, when we're younger, one person is washing the plates, another person is fetching water, and the other person is sweeping. So 4 boys, how were you doing the chores? Was she taking all the burden, or you guys were helping?
Oh, we were helping. She shares the chores. She has like a timetable.
Okay.
So Monday, this one does this.
Wow.
It never works. It never works. I'm the one literally doing everything because once she when we wake up, it's like, oh, Joseph, okay, we'll pray ichireho. Once I'm done, someone hasn't done his work. So it's like, okay, what are you way, mommy? That is. So the timetable really never works, but that is how it has been. We didn't overstress her, allowing her to do all the work. We always helped.
Yeah. In fact, I must be honest with you. I know, one of the things I love about bringing people that and it was intentional about the kind of guests we chose, people that I know personally, so that I get to know the stories behind why they do certain things they do. And Joseph here is a crazy hard worker. Like, so he really works hard. Like, he will do what nobody will do. The toughest, how sometimes you're at home now, your mother will shout, "Hey, Oba Kumbra!" Or sometimes your mother will call, "Joshua!" Then you intentionally go and hide. "Joshua! Mama, Frau!" Because we all like to defer hard work. But I can give it to you. You work very hard.
Thank you.
And so, do you think it's something that you picked from your mom naturally?
Yes.
Wow.
I believe I picked that. And we have 3 guys who are all like Joe.
Yeah.
So anytime the Joe goes, it's me. Even if they are calling Joshua, everyone comes, Joe, mommy's calling you. So anytime there's work to do and they're like, Joe, I'm the one they are calling. Yes, so that is what happened.
Wow.
I picked the hard work from these petty things. And my mom, I used to be very close to my mom. So anytime she's going somewhere, and amongst all my brothers, I'm the only one who knows, she's a trader. I'm the only one who knows the shops in Accra. She picks her things. None of them knows because she wakes up at like 4:30 on Saturday and I'm the one she comes to call to go with her. So yes, as for the hard work, I'm very certain I picked the phone.
They said, "Akola obe ne ma mena obedi abebesre me ya igbe ni mu fancheme." But then you get to enjoy the benefits and the goodies that come from being around.
Yeah.
In fact, one thing that you and I have in common is the fact that our parents raised us in the Lord.
Right.
They doing this. And I'm giant now. Canada kaba bam shots be my maybe mash share the name baby. But what shall we have here?
Real.
And so I want you to tell me about how mommy has played a role in your Christian walk with God. How has she contributed?
Mommy has played a huge role in my Christian walk with God. When we're
My mic in on kakra. Yeah.
when we're little, on our way to school, when they're driving us to school, mommy will be playing. You see those Nigerian gospel, bro, and then they'll be saying, "If you are a sister, you shouldn't do this." Oh yeah. So all of those things, they are little acts, but they go a long way because I have them still stuck with me. They have those moral lessons. Like we don't pay attention to them, but bro, like they are actually really huge stuff. And then making sure that we go to church every Sunday. Nina, I like church, so she doesn't really have like to do so much to get me to church. But then she's been the one taking me to church all along, putting me here, allowing me to go for rehearsals and all of those things.
I mean, I'm grateful for her. She has done a lot to get me to enjoy my walk with God.
Great. Even for me, I mean, we've all been church kids growing up.
Right.
But one thing that we hated was all night. Nana. Because when we were kids, we're not going to do much. It wasn't that we had not even started playing drums and all of those things yet. So she has this policy that she would not go for all nights and leave you in the house. Hey, Davi ba. No, come on, pa. Say soon, yeah. Which is them we pay. You know. And so she would take us along, you know. And one thing that I'm sure every one of us can relate is when you are sleeping in the night and your mom is praying near the anointing. Oh, you're near
the cross.
And I'm feeling free because my mama is my G.
The cross, bro.
But I say the cross, you draw, you know. And so, in fact, we are grateful that our parents showed us God. And I think I love that. Yeah. Now I want us to talk about living with siblings. You have 2 male brothers.
Yeah.
And it's not as if you are the only girl. Nana, boys are sword, you obey the own pictures, you know. And the funny thing is that your mom will scold them, but she will not scold them as much as she would scold you. Tell me about.
He'll tell you that, oh, worry. Bema be in the face. Bema be in the face. How about we would feel? How could you And then there's this thing she says that, do you know what Anye is?
Anye like before.
Yeah. She said that maybe Anye mama. It means that comes to beat the witch.
Tell me an experience where you could tell that she was genuinely happy and how that made you feel.
Okay, so I think that was like 3 years ago. It was at church. We go to church. And we got down from the car and she had to put on her heels. And I just took them from her hand. And I went on my knees and I fixed the heels for her. And she didn't say anything. She was just smiling.
Yeah.
And she's a chorister, so she went to sit amongst the choir. And that day I styled her hair for her.
Wow.
So she went to sit amongst the choir and everyone was like, your boyfriend really likes you. So she told me that last year and I was like, oh, really?
Yeah, I've come to realize that it's like the little things is what really gets. Oh, you didn't mention your mom's name.
Oh, she's Ruth, but I call her baby.
Ruth, but I call her baby. Charlie, feel you go be sweet boy because even the girls in the studio are going, oh, like he styles his hair, he styled her hair and all of that. So I feel like this will make a pay. You be not monsieur stars, you style hair because all the other criteria, you know. Yeah, I really love that. I love the fact that, you know, I like when boys are closer to their moms because men have been raised to be hard guy, bear men soon be tough, but it's proven and over time that when somebody is closer to their mother, they are empathetic. It's like you get to be human, you know. And I can already tell from you that you're already kind, you are sweet. You learn from your parents how you should treat other ladies, you know.
Okay, so growing up, yeah, I didn't have anything like a dad figure in my life, yeah.
Oh.
And it's been my mom. And you see this woman wake up very early. She's a nurse. But then things got so hard to the extent that she had to put nursing aside, carry things on her head to sell and all. So it's not like I learned anything from both parents. She's been the one I've seen growing up. And she's always like, I won't be here forever. When I still want her to be there forever though. But she's like, I won't be here forever, but I want you to learn something from me being here.
Oh.
That if someone asks you how you're able to do this, at least you can mention my name for it.
Oh. Do you celebrate your mom enough as you celebrate your mentors or your icons?
I don't think I do that enough.
Why?
Maybe I'm just not expressive when it comes to that, like telling my mom I love her and all of that. And I wish that's something I would do more.
Yeah.
Because looking at the sacrifices my mom has made for my brother and I have to do more. Like I have to appreciate more. You know, my mom single-handedly raised the two of us. So for over the past 20 years, close to 30 years, my mom has been single. And I feel like that's the biggest sacrifice someone can do for somebody. And I think she did that just because she doesn't know how my brother and I would accept it if a new man should come into the picture. So she's been single all these years and taking care of us, like single-handedly.
Wow.
It's crazy.
There are a lot of our counterparts who are not good with their parents. What do you make of kid-mother fight or clash?
Why are you asking me this?
You are, of course, you are the oldest and the most matured one on the show.
That's nice. I asked why you're asking me this because my mom and I only got close after I lost my dad. So I actually experienced that rift, mom-daughter rift you're talking about. And then it wasn't because I was stubborn or anything. I think at some point I was sent away for most of my life to live with my eldest sister, live with my auntie. So I didn't feel that love that I thought my mom ought to have given me at some point. And so I grew up. I remember at some point, as young as 11 or so, we had a fight and I think she hit me because I refused to wash my little sister's clothes. And then I told her, she's not my mom. I'm going to look for my mom. So I don't know how. Maybe God just intervened at some point when my father died and they just sort of drew us closer.
Oh.
And so if there's anything to say to people who are experiencing that, it's she has a reason why she's acting or asking certain things of you. Try and see it from her perspective rather than you just become adamant to or set in your ways. At the end of the day, she brought you into this world. She can only want the best for you. I don't know how I navigated it. Off the top of my mind, nothing really comes to mind except that one day I woke up and I realized this woman birthed me. And at this point, she's the only parent I have. So why not pour the love that I'm looking for into her? And once I started doing that, she poured love into me. And it was such a beautiful thing. My mom and I are so close now.
But Siti, you make a very good point. But there's also the bit about people who have really been hurt by some wrong decisions their parent took. Somebody was perhaps neglected by their mom when they were growing up. Not even sent off, but neglected, that your mom is able to say, I don't want you in my house. Or maybe in fact, the popular example is there's a divorce and she now has to remarry and you, the child, you are neglected and all of that. So how about the group of people that they are not friends with their moms because there was an issue? And in fact, if you put it on a platter for them, it's like the evidence proves that their mother was wrong. She didn't like me. She hated me. In fact, there are some people whose own parent treated them as though they were living with their step parents.
Yeah.
How do those people?
Derek, truth is, people are people. Sometimes we think whatever the capacity in which we relate to them should sort of give them reason to treat us differently, but it's not always the case. There are mothers who don't like their daughters because maybe the father likes the child more. The father dotes on her. The father gives her more attention than he does the wife. And so naturally, the woman is feeling envious of that attention, affection, and love that the man has for. But here's what I say about this. It's not personal. I don't think that the person set out to intentionally do something to you. It's just who they are. So I don't like to say there are bad people or good people. There are people who do good things and people who do bad things. So these women mothers who aren't able to give love to their children is just something broken inside them. So you, the child, don't take it personally. Forgive them, love them from afar, but also realize that they would do better if they knew better. We are all doing life based on the experiences we have, based on who we are, and based on the environment we grew up in. Your mother cannot hug and love you if she never really understood that growing up. It's like I said, I'm going back to my experience. For a long time, I never really, hugging your mom. What the hell is that? I didn't know what that meant. But now, I can't wait for the opportunity to just kiss her again because I started pouring that into her. She didn't know. It's not her fault. She didn't know. Hitting me because I won't wash plates. And, in her defense, I was a lazy one. I was the laziest girl among 9 girls. So, understood why she was always hard on me. Growing up, I realized that it's not personal. She wanted me to be a certain way. And my mom is strong. Hey, Ogre.
There's a point where you get close to your parents where they now start to open up to you.
Right.
You become their friend. They begin to share their problems and
Right.
all of that with you. And sometimes you, the child, cry, you don't even have the advice.
Right.
It's like, oh, you can just. How have you navigated tough times with your mom? And yeah, basically, how have you survived tough times together?
I think that there's nothing I can. I mean, there's stuff you can say to your mom that will comfort her, but then I can't really take away the problem. The only thing I can do is to pray. So I mean, you see them go through tough times. The only thing you can do is to pray, because I mean, aside saying that, oh ma, Bibia be fine. Bibia be fine doesn't make Bibia fine. So the only thing I do is to pray about it and just hope God answers my prayer.
And I'm excited you talk about the prayer because, you know, Charlie, your mom may be looking sweet and all of those things, but she has a lot going on.
Right.
And so it's a kind reminder to pray for them. Because Charlie, let's be honest, if God forbid you are told that your mom has passed today, let me be honest with you, God forbid, if my mom passes, you think I'll come and sit here and do talk little cook, right? Yeah, it would take a lot.
Yeah.
It would take a lot to bounce back. So what's one phrase that you know that is a signature phrase of your mom? Like every single thing, she repeats it.
So even when my mom says, "Ewode," that's ewe. Like,
Oh, you're an Ewe?
yeah.
Really?
I speak
Great.
ewe.
Solid.
So when my mom says "Ewode," then you know that there's something behind.
Yeah.
My mom is the godly one. She likes saying Maulawe. Like God will do
Wow.
it. Yeah.
Wow.
The whole time, God will do it. That's like her favorite phrase. Yeah.
Wow. I like that. Because in other places, what their mother is saying, Ube kumio! Ube kumio! There was one funny thing you remember about your mom that up to now when you are there. So you know sometimes I can remember something and you still smile, you still laugh.
It happens often. Like when she comes to the house or she steps out of her room, she hardly steps out of her room. When she steps out of her room and she can't find any of us in our rooms, she knows that, oh, maybe these girls are in Ella's room. That's my big sister, the first girl. And then she comes to stand at the door and she's smiling. Like, hey, what are people talking about that you're leaving me out? Something like that. It's like going to include me in the gist and all that.
It gives off that, like
am I not
add
part
me,
of you?
yeah.
I'm not that old, but
you know a lot of people don't have that kind of relationship with their parents. How does that make you feel that your mom is your G? You can,
I think it makes life easier. Like to know that, oh, you're not living with some strict house mistress. To know that, oh, you're living with your friend, to know that you're living with somebody that cares about you and that everything she does is just for your good. So it just feels very good.
Wow. What's one thing that your mom has been shouting for you to learn how to do that you learned how to do and it's like, ish, Charlie, not do this maintenance here, but I'm really glad that I really took this advice?
I think is waking up early and serving others. Because growing up, I didn't get why, it's just as, it's not as if we're in a compound house per se. So why do I have to wake up as early as 5:30 and at 6 when she enters the room and you're still sleeping? Ukusuda, Oba, like those things they say, like Oko Awaria, how will you manage over there? What will your in-laws think about you? And I'm like, what is my in-law coming to do in my house? But like we are living alone. So why should I worry about a visitor that is coming in as early as 5:30? And mind you don't even know if that visitor woke his or her children up to do their chores back in their house. So like, why are you stressing us? But growing up, I think it has become a part of me that even if you see me sleeping after 6:30, then it's just because I've decided to sleep. Like today, whatever. I don't care whoever says what. I want to sleep and I'm really tired. But it has become a part of me that even if I should sleep around 12, 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 6:30, I'm up. That's if I know I'm not going anywhere. And it helped me in school because tell me how I'm able to learn with my friends throughout the night. And by 6, I'm up.
Oh.
And getting ready to go back to the study room. I think what came from.
Wow, that's beautiful. What's one trait that you've picked from her that you pass to your children? Because you're a pretty lady. Very soon you marry. You have beautiful kids. Yeah. So what's one trait you're going to pass down?
I think her prayer life. her prayer life, and she doesn't go out a lot, but she's always making new clothes and getting new shoes and makeup kits and making sure she's looking good. So her prayer life and how she wants to appear when she steps out.
Yeah, and I must give it to you, Tracy and her family members. Hey, Anna, what dress you? They look good, you know. In fact, when we were inviting Tracy on the pod yesterday that she's going to come today, she said, what would I wear? I'm like, Nana, I didn't feel that myself, because you know, every time you're looking good.
Thank you.
It's so good to know that you picked that from your mom and all of that. In fact, one thing that mothers who have a lot of daughters shouts about is the atadebe na ushepi.
Yeah.
You know, now, I mean, I know you guys, and I know you guys dress very decently. And you know, you see other people who don't dress that way. How does that make you feel when you realize that, hey,
I just say thank you, Jesus, for the home I grew up in. Every time I go out there and I feel like people are doing too much, like, why is your butt showing? I think if you had covered up a bit, you look too good. And I grew up in a house where my mom is asking you, "Atadine kitwa dodo." I'm slim, so like I used to, I don't know, like ask her questions. Why is there a big deal? Like I'm not even big. I'm not the type with the extra gluten. So why are you worried? Like nobody's even going to look at me. But I think she made us understand where we are growing up in a Ghanaian society, right? Sometimes you go like, oh, do what makes you happy. But then you are preaching something out there, you are saying something about you. I think it's helped me so much. Like I am very particular about what I wear. Mind you, when I was coming here today, this wasn't what I wanted to wear. So I put on what I wanted to wear. And I stood in the mirror and I could see some lines joining here and there. I'm like, no. And I know some people would just like ignore and just step out because I still look good. But I think she's made me so conscious of how I look when I'm stepping out there that I want to go out without anybody finding a fault or my dress and putting somebody in like a very tight position.
Wow. My name is Derek Elom Ashilevi, and I just started this podcast journey about 6 months ago. By God's grace, we launched it, and from the first episode to now, we seem to be doing well. We are doing well. I mean, I just want to be humble, you see. It's the conversation where I sit down and talk to young people who are doing impressive, especially in a place like Ghana. And we've been cooking some rice for some time now, but we need help. It takes a lot to get you an episode. I'm sure a lot of you believe that our platform is doing some good to you. And so we're calling sponsors. If you want to sponsor Talk No The Cook Rice podcast, we are very open to it. Any form of sponsorship at all. You can give us sneakers. We give you a shout out. Of course, I wear your sneaker. I can't do on TV top video, but free adverts. If you want squeeze back is the L thing where this video will squeeze and you see your adverts playing as it's doing now. Even if it's phone case you think you can use to support the show in any way you can, let's cook this rice together. There are some brands I personally want to be on the show. A brand like MTN. MTN, you are asking, what are people doing today? Hey, my show really aligns with what you're doing because I'm asking people to stop talking and to cook. Hence the name, Talk No The Cook Rice. MTN, you can hop on. We're going to be very grateful. If you're a brand that you are into food, we're open to it. Drinks, children, whatever. Charlie, we need help. And we want you to come on this show so we both shoot up and fly together. And so if you'd love to sponsor or be a part of the Talk No The Cook Rice journey for what we're doing, the numbers are on the screen. You see for yourself. You can email the account you see or just DM. Charlie, no sweat. Just DM. Text me. That's my number. We'll have a conversation about what we can do to make the show better, the experience, a more exciting one for our viewers. I'm so excited that you want to go on this journey with me. This is Talk No The Cook Rice podcast. As you know it, yeah, we cook rice. Don't talk about plans. Charlie, cook. In as much as we're celebrating Mother's Day today, those who are grieving, who don't have mothers to tell all of them. In fact, those who are regretting that I should have done this.
Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Maya Angelou said something that I always take with me. She says when she's going onto the stage to perform or, play a show of a sort, she says to all the people who were in her life who are no more that come along with me. So people see her bold, audacious, and they think it's just her on that stage. No, it's her mom, it's her dead auntie, her grandmother, whatever. And I choose to believe that they're not gone. There are days that when I get home and, in the quietness of my mind, I speak to my father, not because I think he's there, but there's a connection I was my dad's favorite. So maybe that's why my mom didn't like me. I don't know. Yeah. So I think you should forgive yourself that you weren't able to give them the love that you think that now you could have given them, and accept that they are gone. But in your spirit, you can commune with them. The dead, I think we do so much good for the dead when we remember them. And there's some cartoon I watched, Remember Me.
Yeah,
Did you watch it?
Coco.
Yeah, Coco. Yeah,
Yeah.
I pick lessons from these, what's it called? Content when I watch them. So I think just remember them for the good reasons, keep them in your heart, but forgive yourself. Guilt is something that can really wreck your life if you don't treat it well.
Oh.
So forgive yourself, accept that they're gone, but commune with them and remember them for the good things.
I love that. You're growing. Boys are going to come at you. And our parents will always advise us about boys. They may not say the explicit, one thing you don't get in an African home is sexual education.
Yeah.
Your mom will not tell you.
Exactly.
They say it in parables, What's one thing that your mom has told you that you carry at the back of your head concerning sex or marriage or dealings with any boy?
Okay, we haven't really sat to have like conversation about sex or my relationship, but usually she'll call like trying to know if you're in a relationship or something like that. And I think what she would probably want me to do is like let God lead me to the right person, settling with the right person, not just choosing anybody, but the right one, the one that God has ordained for me, like someone that loves God, someone that's someone that loves God. Generally.
Have you ever gotten to a point in time in your life where you were about to make a foolish mistake, but you remember something your mom said? And I can tell you mine. Growing up in my area, a lot of the boys have kids. My mates, a lot of them have kids. And my mom has this policy that whoever you impregnate, you will marry. You say you will not go and impregnate somebody's daughter and destroy their life. So I've had close opportunities. I mean, if you follow that podcast, you've heard me share about I used to be a bad boy. I've had great opportunities to explore, but I remember at every giving up, I remember that, what's one thing that your mom has told you that always hits you at the back of your mind anytime you're making a strong decision?
Okay, it would probably not be what she said to me, or like I probably want to do something, or I want to give up at something. I'm doing something and there are challenges, and I'm like, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. Then I remember the sacrifices that she's made for us, because my mom is a really hardworking woman. Like she wakes up at 2 a.m. So what she does, she has her own business and she makes pastry and sends to schools to sell. So she has to wake up as early as 2 a.m. sometimes and sleep like very late. And I just reflect on like the challenges that she's gone through, and I just want to give her a better life. And I'm like, okay, if I'm going to face these challenges just to ensure that my mom has a better life, I'm just going to keep pushing. So it's not mostly about what she said. It's just about trying to like give her a better life. Like, just doing things that would not grieve her.
You believe in the fact that I must talk back, not necessarily out of disrespect, but hey, like I should have an opinion. You can't just, bringing it to the workspace where you have colleagues, you have bosses. It's not every time that somebody may tell you something pleasant. How do you balance and knowing where to measure or where to put the brakes on? Should I really tell him what I really want to say? Or how do you manage that? So it just tells that you are so what? Now does she buy you sharing your opinion?
So the whole thing is, I think my mom has always been cool, but she didn't want to show the people around that she was cool with the fact that I am saying what I want to say.
Okay.
So yeah, she's chill.
Okay.
So bringing it to work.
Yeah.
I think I'm learning it, like I'm growing into it. I've come to accept that in the corporate world, it's not everything that you have to speak your mind. You just have to be like, oh, okay, it's fine, it's cool. But you're actually not cool. I have to take it like that. You have to kiss their ass for who they are.
Wow. For ladies, so especially, when you are, of course, the idea is that you leave your parents' house as a good kid to be a good wife for your husband. And so your mom is training you. And so oftentimes you see things that when you are not doing well at your house chores or lady stuff, go like, feel back, Now you're growing. I don't know if you have a boyfriend or, very soon you'll be married. Eventually, maybe not now, but you marry. What's one thing that your mom has taught you that you probably want to take into marriage? And another
Calmness.
thing, okay.
Calmness. If there's anything I really want to be like, it's a calmness. I want to be able to keep quiet through it when someone is actually pissing me off. That's one thing I really want to take from my mom. Yeah. Because I feel like calmness really, like, it solves a lot of things. So imagine someone is shouting at you and you're just calm, like you're chill. How would the person feel?
Yeah.
Is there every time they have to shout back? Is there every time you have to talk back? Yeah. That's one thing I would really want to take into my marriage. Yeah.
You're not a kid anymore.
No, I'm not. Not a kid.
Yeah. You are close to motherhood. Very close. How does that make you feel?
I think I respect my mom even more. Recently, I realized that she was about my age when she had me. So I called her and I asked her some questions and she was like, what moving man? Yeah, I appreciate my mother more because I see now what she had to give up for us as a mom. And I don't say that lightly. We are 10, so
10?
Yeah, we are 10. We lost one, so 9 now.
Oh.
And at least, I think apart from me and the 2 girls after me, every one of my siblings has a child. And so I'm an auntie to a lot of, it's a beautiful feeling to have little ones running around you, auntie sweetie, auntie this, auntie that. I love it. It's beautiful.
Wow. I've been working for 3 years now. And I mean, our job can be quite a lot. And I don't get home early. So anytime I wake up in the morning, I say, I have a headache or I'm not feeling well. She's like, hey, you're working too much. I told you it's the work. And then also another one, when you are not okay, to tell you don't sleep early, you're always on your phone. I think it's a mother's thing, eh? It's always a mother's thing. Everything is phone. Even if you are dying, it's your phone.
Now, I think, and mommy, I want you to know, not because Shola is here. I work with Shola. I see you every day. And you have an amazing daughter. She knows her stuff. She's quality. You can tell that she's not one of the people that you can just walk past and not notice the difference she's got. I mean, thank you for giving her the opportunity to be able to blossom in her gifts, because truth be told, some people, there could be another Shola somewhere, but couldn't blossom to the full.
No. I always tell her all the time that even with acting, I've always been, once again, I've always been like that since I was a kid. So when I told my mom, considering the fact that she's a pastor's wife, and I said, Ma, I want to do acting. For like a good 2 years, my mom fought me. You can't. No, I know you. When you go and act role and you smoke, it will be stuck. You get it? And I don't want you to turn into a child that I can't handle. So for a long time, my mom said, no journalism, no acting. Please find another job, be a banker or something. But when I got to uni in level 300, I was working. And then also I finally pursued acting. I got my biggest role. And then I called my mom. I said, Mommy, I've gotten the biggest role in my acting career. And she said, I'm proud of you. Like, go and shine, And it's been like that ever since. If I have to do anything in media, my mom is like, she's my biggest cheerleader. Yeah. Every show she watches is giving me feedback, recording, calling everybody in our family to watch. Yeah. So she did give me the chance because my dad wasn't easy to, you can't convince my father. So if you convince my mother,
then she will speak for you.
We are okay.
Now you are going to give birth. Sure. You have children. What have you started thinking about how you get your children since you could not be closer your children? And
I promised myself not to take them to the boarding house.
Wow.
Yeah, they'll be with me, daddy, mommy, they're my kids. Yeah.
Wow.
Was that boarding school thing, Charlie? And not be about the boarding school per se. The time, like mommy wasn't having time for us. 6 a.m. she said she's out to work. And that was a custom officer. So customs, they can be in 3 months, 4 months, nobody there house.
Wow.
But to my kids here, nobody will go to the boarding school.
Well, I think I just your conversation, what you're telling me is really changing my mind in a certain way, because now we are reaching a place where when people are getting successful, the work is pulling them. So now they have a housemate.
Yes.
And people have made it, they have children, but they are not the one raising their children.
Yes.
They go at dawn, they come in the night.
In the night.
They only spend time with their children in the week, during the weekend. So it's more like, so what I don't even, wow.
See, my story is very different. Even my senior brother, we don't even talk. We can sleep on the same bed because he attended that too. That was in St. John's. When we come back home, nobody talk to anybody. We don't even mingle like brothers. You don't.
But me then you the vibe for work. Like what comes
I see
in for
that
work
thing.
with the feel vibe?
But house they be different. House they be different altogether.
If you could relive one day in your mom's life, what day would it be?
So am I reliving for my mom or am I living an experience I had with my mom?
Okay, both. It could be any.
Okay,
Yeah.
so if I could relive a day that I have shared with my mom, it's when I felt my mom finally understood me. For a child that I've always been, I lived a lot in my head. Okay, and for the most part, I thought my mom didn't understand my growth sprouts, what I was thinking, how I was feeling. I didn't know how to manage my emotions really well. So there was one day my mom approached me and said, I know you think I don't understand you, but I understand you. Do you understand? I see you. I see what you're going through and I understand you. For me, that was relieving because as I said, I didn't think my mom understood the type of human being I am. And I don't know how to explain, but a lot of people think I'm very hyper. Well, I am hyper and I like to be friends and I'm very cool, but I'm also outside all of that, I'm a very quiet person. So the day my mom approached me and said, I know that you think I don't get you, but I do. That's a moment I always relive because then I understood that, okay, at least someone in this world understands me the way I want her to, you know? And if I could relive one time for my mother, is when I got enough money to finally surprise my mom on her birthday. Oh, it was the best time. I saw my mom get emotional. She likes doing hard girl. So it was nice to see my mom get emotional and just to see that, okay, she knows that her fruit of her labor, is that what they call it? She's reaping the fruit of her labor. It was good.
How does she reward you when you do? What's the reward you like to be rewarded from her when you do something great?
As for me, it's chicken. Yeah, she always bribes me. But even now that I'm grown, I mean, it's money. So, I'm also a trader. Yeah. So basically, sometimes I need money for certain things. So if she wants me to do something I don't do, you say, oh, they'll be but this kind of. So so that is it. And sometimes when I go, I say, Ma, I need like 5,000 cedis. And she's like, okay, what you we say, because I know if I don't do it, I'm not getting the money I want.
Tracy, would you choose your mom if you came back here again?
Oh, yeah, I will. I'll not choose any other person.
Tell her something that you don't tell her often, and she's watching. You can wish her happy Mother's Day as well.
Okay, so I hardly tell my mom I love you because I think it's in every African home. It sounds weird, but yeah, I really love my mom. And most of the time when I think about, oh, I'm going and I have to, like, I'll get to a point where I'm no longer around her. I don't know, for some reason, I think my siblings will not even notice what I think about her. Because of her drink kakra, but I really think about it, like, who is going to take care of her? Who's going to, will she find somebody that can handle her, take care of her, understand her, like the way we all do understand that, oh, this is how mommy wants her things, this is what she wants to be done. Like, I really love my mom, and sometimes moving away is a bit, I don't know, that part of it, like, oh, you're getting married or you're traveling out of the country or you're moving out, scares me a bit. I don't know how I'm going to handle that, but then when we get there, we'll cross that.
Wow.
And mommy, I want to tell you that I love you so much and I really appreciate you. Like, we don't say it often, but I really, really appreciate you. The times that you wake up to pray for all of us. I remember there was a time where she was praying, she was writing her prayer request and all that. And I looked in the book and I didn't see anything that had to do with her. I think I'm getting a bit emotional. I didn't see anything that had to do with her. And then I looked at her and she said, oh, she thinks she has gotten what she wants in life. And right now for her, it's just about the people around her and her children to get to point.
Hey, I don't want Tracy to cry on my podcast. Mommy, I just want to say thank you for giving me very great friends like Tracy and Chelsea. Amanda is also my friend. Well, I'm yet to meet Ella, by the way. But I love, there's something different about all your kids. They're all pretty. They all love God. And they are very kind people. I want to say happy Mother's Day to you. You mean a lot too. Not just Tracy, but to me too, because I'm also your son. I've met Daddy though. And so I can't wait to meet you too. But happy Mother's Day to you. We love you. Esther, you're going to be very rich.
Yes.
What's one thing you cannot wait to give to your mom? I said, me, I'll buy her aeroplane. What will you
Going
buy
to
for
buy her a house.
Wow.
That's one thing. Like, I always imagine it that one day I would walk into the house and give her the key to a house.
Wow.
And I just imagine how she will feel. That's just one thing that I want to give her, a house.
Wow.
Her own house.
Did you mention her name at the beginning though?
Yes.
Please, what's her name?
Dorcas Esi Nkrumah.
Mama Dorcas, I can promise you that thankfully we have video evidence. And of course, Esther is really working hard. I work here with her. She's working very hard. And very soon your daughter will gift you a house. You've raised an amazing young lady. Esther.
A duplex.
Yeah. Your mom is listening to you. This is your camera. Tell us something.
Dearest Dorcas, words are not enough to express how much I love you and the sacrifices that you've made. Like, my mom literally taught me to read and write.
Wow.
And I remember those days, because when she's teaching me the alphabet and I don't get it, she becomes very frustrated. And sometimes she would even cry because she didn't understand why, like, my mates are getting this and my daughter is not getting this. But with patience, she's taught me, she's brought me up, grown me to become this woman that I am. And I just want to say that I love you and I'm going to make you proud. And the sacrifices that you've made for me and my siblings will not be in vain. We will make you proud. We'll put a big smile on that pretty face of yours.
Wow. Mommy Dorcas, Esther loves you. And I don't even know you, but I love you. Thank you for giving me a gift in a wonderful lady as Esther, as a work colleague. What's one thing you really wish you said to your mom often?
Oh, that I'm sorry I was such a difficult child. And that I'm sorry I didn't understand why she and my dad always sent me out to go live with somebody else. Now I realize that it's because they saw greatness in me and they knew that they didn't have the resources nor the environment to nurture that greatness to be. And it's because they sent me away that this, what I call greatness in my own histrionic way, has materialized, you know. I wish I'd forgiven her sooner. I wish I'd understood where she was coming from, that I needed to also add home sense or street sense to my academic prowess and, you know, achievement. And I also wish, I mean, now I do tell her that I'm actually just like my mom. I know they hear. And so these days I'll call her and I'll ask her, so at this age and that age, are you able to do this and that and that? And when you recall, I don't want to give specific details.
Yeah.
And she was like, yes. And I'm like, you know what, girl, I'm just like you because guess what? And then I'm telling her these things. It's because, you know, I didn't see it before. But now I see the resemblance. I see that, you know, the identical nature of both of us. And it's uncanny. I'm just my mom, you know. Now I know that. I'm just like her.
It takes a certain maturity to come to eventually accept that, you know what, this is who I am. Let me not run away from it.
No,
you know?
There's no point in that. Nobody knows how long we have. And none of us is getting out alive. So you might as well spend every second, every day appreciating who you are in totality. Don't want to be like somebody else. I mean, I'm not talking about evolving as a human being and trying to change to be a positive version of yourself. But for example, I am a very dramatic person and I accept that now. I don't care how it makes me feel. I'm not responsible for your feelings. I'm responsible for my actions. So this is me. I'm histrionic. I'm dramatic. Sometimes I'm loud. Sometimes I'm very moody. It's me. Accept it. And stop wasting your time trying to change your nature. Rather, just try to better the version of yourself that you are each day. Am I preaching to the choir?
I will do another episode. I promise you. I will do an episode on women. I feel that there's a lot you have. Please, your mom is watching. You didn't mention her name, Ogre.
Ogre.
Talk to Ogre.
Grace Sogan. Enyaba malonwe. Wotona kwa fia micho vivaro fia. Maumia yiraga na mokpoga maklo ya brochi maflogu no maflafano na noma wojina jema. Pante jina la imagine wa. Mother's Day another komajega no sia. I love you, Ogre.
Oh, I don't say this so much. But I love her so much. It's something we don't say in the house. I love you, mommy. You look at you somewhere. And then yo, what do you want? And then I'll pay. Maybe I'll wig. Oh, I actually really love her from the bottom of my heart. And I want to tell her that I need her to survive. And I don't see myself doing this. You know, in school, when I'm going through tough times, like exam and the stuff are getting like, hey, I'm getting overwhelmed. I call her for comfort. Like she knows what to say to like calm me down. Oh, yeah, 6 years. We failed Bakupo. We now we failed. Yeah, I want to tell her that like I'm super grateful for her in that I'll make her proud.
And mama see, I mean, we don't say me dog. I mean, me feel you like we are me G. And ever say like a happy Mother's Day to you. You're an amazing mother. Thank you for loving, not just Bema. You found me so many years ago and you've remained a very good friend to me. You love me. In fact, I remember the first time our podcast was going to be on TV. She was so happy, you know. Thank you for loving Bema, Boache, Poku, and me as well. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day, mommy.
Love you. When God blesses you, what's one thing you cannot wait to do for your mom?
To get her car. Yeah.
And you do it. Mommy, I mean, you didn't mention your name.
She's Martha Akosua Abajewa. I'm Ponsem.
How do you guys call her? Ma?
Yeah, just Ma.
Yeah,
just
Ma, Joe ever talk Ma. I mean, maybe I'm a catcher, but I'm a toy replayer, man, you know. And I just want to say thank you for raising very good and quality sons that as they stand out and shine. And I know all of your boys. I know Faithful, I know Joshua, Josiah, I saw them rough, but I mean, all of these guys are amazing young people that you brought up in the Lord. And all of these guys are solid guys. They all love God. Thank you for that. Joseph, it's Mother's Day. Look into the camera and say something to mommy. Yeah.
So our favorite phrase we associate ourselves with is Minya Umpo. So yeah, Minya Umpo, she understands. I mean, I love you so much. On behalf of all the brothers, on behalf of Faithful, Joshua, Josiah, and myself, I want to say thank you very much for the days of sacrifice. Thank you very much for the love you've shown us. And now we are bold enough to also say we can look for girlfriends out there and take good care of them and eventually get married to them. Thank you, Nyamisha Baby.
Mama Martha,
Martha Adeyemi Akosia. I love you. I am grateful for you. I am grateful for the woman that you are and the woman that you have made me. Every day I say it, and you know that you taught us not to carry our problems on our foreheads, and you taught us to smile through it. We've been doing that and has gotten us places. So I want to say that I love you, I cherish you, and really, truly, I will make you the proudest. I think I'm already doing that, but I have so much more in store for you. Just relax for me. It's coming.
I'm not a mother, but I'm feeling,
You're feeling it.
I'm feeling mushy. Sandra, I work with Sandra, and I can tell you she's a good girl, but she has something to tell you. Sandra, hit it.
Mama, love you. I wish I told you this. I really love you, and I'm trying my best every day to be the good girl you've always wanted me to be. And trust me, I'm not going to let you down. I don't go for your hand. Maulawe. Yeah.
Mommy, thank you so much. Oh, you didn't mention her name though.
Yeah, my mom is Margaret Yajisenu.
Wow, Margaret. Mama Margaret, thank you so much. I'm also your kid as well. And we love you. I want to say happy Mother's Day to you.
Mommy, I really love you. You know, I have done plenty things which is not bad, which is not good, yeah. So I would like you to find a place in your heart to forgive me. I'm still your son. And I promise you, it will make sense. Thank you.
You don't mention your name. What is your name?
Mercy Edusei.
Mama Mercy. Mene Kobe P. Ya uma. And then ya kase challenge. Mama ya so rough, but Kobe ya madam for me ni ejuma wa opewase mpa odo pa ojitu msanyame bi wa wanye ni ye ba obesesa na wa yenyama ye nti. Happy Mother's Day.
I usually say it through my actions because my mom is a shy person. When she'll feel awkward when you tell her I love you. Mommy doll. She knows it. She doesn't even like surprises. Oh. She does like it, but she feels like you thought about me this much. I don't know, she's somewhere, but it's sweet. So I feel like I should tell her that I wish I often told her that I love her, but I think I do that in my actions. And she's okay with that.
Yeah, but say, you know, Ghanaians, we are not expressive. Nah, Charlie Ghana, no,
No, it's them. It's nowadays. We the Gen Z.
Yeah.
Yes, we are. You know,
we're trying to.
They
Wow.
cannot accept sweetness. I don't know why.
I know.
But yeah, my mom. I just want to let her know that I really, really appreciate her. I really love her, and I'll do anything. When I become a superstar,
Yeah.
I'll buy Tesla for my mother.
There's something I always tell my siblings that if I get my mom, I'm not to Aru play a mouth.
I
Mama.
say, I'll do anything
Yeah.
to make her comfortable because she has really suffered.
And thankfully, you have her still with you. And she's watching this video. I want you to look into your camera and just say something to her, you know. Your baby.
First, I want to apologize for what I did last year. I'm so sorry. Really sorry. And secondly, I always tell you I love you though, but expect something today. Expect something today for this Mother's Day. Expect something big.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's deep. And guys, of course, I also have a mother, Davi. Vida. I have a lot of names for her. Vai, plenty names. And I promise you, if you're saying talking to the cook rice, I want you to know that my mom is my bank. Every episode we've done, you know, we bring big guests. Do you know what it costs to bring a big guest on the show? My mom, she's been great. She's prayers. She's loved on me in a lot of ways. And Davi, I just want to say thank you. I love you so much. And now she's one of my greatest hype mans. She shares every episode. She watches my status like something. She knows everything about my life. She's very interested in finding me a girlfriend. Can you imagine? As if I can't do that for myself, you know? But I just want to say Happy Mother's Day to you. I love you so much, Davi Lolonyo Vida. Okay, maybe let me mention your full name. Vida Lolonyo Zomeda Ashilevi. God bless you for loving me, Dela Abigail, all of us, our friends. And Happy Mother's Day to all my friends, all my female young friends. If I say I'll mention names, the names are a lot. Like Charlie, it's a lot. I can't mention everybody's name. But my friends in Teens Aloud, all the ladies in Teens Aloud, Happy Mother's Day to you. You've been amazing. My mentors, I'm super grateful. Some of my mentors don't want me mentioning their name on television. Yeah, but mommy, you know yourself, and I'm super grateful. My sheep, my friends, my church leaders, you know, my church leaders, I can mention them. Ifia, Ella, Janet, thank you so much. I love you, really love you. Happy Mother's Day to you guys. You're phenomenal. Thank you for streaming this episode. You know it's different. You know it's special. Thank you so much. I just want to say a massive thank you to the crew and the production team. Often you see the set and you see everything. You go like, Charlie, Charlie, I tell you, the guys I work with are extremely diligent. The Joy News crew, I just want to say thank you so much. The sound guys, the camera guys who have been standing for close to 2 hours. You guys, I'm super grateful. God bless you. And today I had a special director showing up for me, which is Befi. Befi, thank you for directing today's segment. Super grateful. Guys, like, subscribe, and share it. Found some bra. Guys. Adivia, thank you for sharing your mommy's story with us.
You're welcome.
We're grateful.
Bye.
Go and be a good kid, okay?
I have to be.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, mommy.
Esther, thank you. Mommy, Happy Mother's Day to you.
Happy Mother's Day.
Sandra, thank you for telling us your mom's story. Grateful. Thank you. Talk.
Thank you. Not a cook rice.
Charlie, thank you.
Bro, thanks
You
for
be telling me, you changed my mind. You really make her for appreciate my mommy better. Could be, I'll be grateful. Sure. Lois, thank you for telling us your mom's story. Talk.
Never the cook rice.
At all.
We have to come so we have more conversation.
Of course.
This seat is very comfortable,
I
guys.
tell you, I can't wait to have you on this. In fact, I can just you. There's something we have coming up that you were on, so watch out for us.
You heard it
hear from
here.
us. Yeah,
Thank you.
hear from us. Thank you. Happy Mother's Day to you all. We're out.
Talk no the cook rice.